So, you got your bougie keyboard.
I sure did. So excited. I know it's the little things in life, but a pink keyboard and mouse makes the world of difference.
I walked by this morning. I looked over at the cubicle and I was like, what is this?
Awesomeness.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's like she has a pink keyboard.
You know you're going to want to use it.
You know I'm not, but thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate you sharing because sharing is caring.
Yep.
But no, I don't think there will be a need for the pink keyboard. I don't want to take away from your joy of every moment of it. I didn't even know they made pink keyboards.
Oh, yeah, they've got all sorts of colors.
Okay. All right. I knew you'd be excited about it, though. When I looked, I was like, she's going to scream.
I'm stoked. I mean, I might not have a tablet whose keyboard works, but as long as I have a pink keyboard and a mouse for my other computer,
amazing.
It's great.
Super bougie keyboard. All right. Well, good. I'm glad you can now type on your...
I'm just wondering why you didn't get me a pink headset.
Yes, because I don't think they actually make them. They probably do, actually. Probably some company that makes them for Taylor Swift or something. I don't know. For all I know. Something like that. All right. So this morning, I don't know if we're going to pull this off. There's a chance we might check in with Ross.
All right.
From the beach.
Sure.
He told me, I was like, hey, can I have a few weeks to go home and spend time with my family? And I got to pack up because he's going to be here for the next year hanging out. I was like, of course. And he was like making it seem more like I got to go pack some stuff. Or, now every time I've checked in with him, hey, yeah, we went whitewater rafting yesterday. Okay, pretty awesome. Yesterday, he texted me. I'm like, where are you? At the beach. Okay.
It sounds like, what a drag to go back home.
Ever going to come back to work, Ross? So we'll see if we can check in with him. Plus, Barry from Mercy Me.
Whoop, whoop.
We're going to have a little conversation with him, too.
Sweet.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Ready for some good news?
We are too.
Here's your positive difference story of the day.
So we have a 16-year-old Luke Peterson.
Okay.
He's a darts prodigy from a Canadian border town.
Okay. I mean, he's very smart.
I'm guessing so.
Okay. All right.
He dreamed of space.
Okay.
And he took the opportunity when it fell in his backyard of a failed SpaceX mission that scattered debris near his home.
So stuff flew from space into his backyard.
Yeah.
Okay.
He saw the potential, not wreckage, in this situation. Yep. Inspired by France's push for a smoke-free environment, he envisioned a clean air rocket using salvaged tech and his own innovations.
So basically he wants to make a rocket out of recycled stuff that fell from space.
And that's good for the environment.
Okay.
So with support of his parents, specifically his mother, Araceli, who's an immigrant herself, he fused his dart-throwing precision into a stabilization system and designed a health-conscious spacecraft.
I have no idea what any of that means. But it sounds really impressive, much less for a kid to do this.
Apparently, it was so impressive that his project caught the attention of the Vancouver Tech Conference,
Okay.
NASA, and SpaceX.
So they're all like, hey, kid, we think you're onto something.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so what began as his wild idea became a serious conversation about the future of space travel.
That's incredible.
Isn't it?
I mean, how cool would that be if they actually make this happen? Like, hey, yeah, this all started with a kid. Some stuff that fell in his backyard. And he decided there's probably a better way to do this for the planet.
Yep.
All right, kid.
Just amazing.
Leading the way.
Let's go.
All right. That is our positive difference story of the day.
Real people, real life. The KLRC Morning Show. 90.9 KLRC.
Yesterday, when we were doing What You Looking Forward To, I mentioned we were going to have dinner with some friends. So we were out to dinner last night, and they're in like full wedding prep mode because their daughter just recently got engaged.
Okay.
So they're like all in on it.
Yeah.
And my daughters are not in that world yet, but I know that they could be coming.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm always up for some advice. So we were talking about one. They were like, it's expensive.
Such is life.
It's like, that's fair. Yes. Prepare as early as you can. Like, I get it. Totally get that. But the dad of the bride was telling me, I was like, hey, I did this thing. Because they'd been dating, I think, like a year and a half. And especially, I think, once it kind of was clear, like, hey, this thing, this is for real. Like, it's not just a quick thing. He reached out to the boy, young man, and was like, hey, let's go have some breakfast, or let's go have lunch. And they've been meeting about every month together. Just, he's like, hey, this guy is chasing my daughter's heart.
Yeah.
I want to know his. And I thought, that's actually very impressive.
Yes.
I don't know. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
No, I think I had a friend who, he did this with his daughter's fiance, but it wasn't a regular thing because they lived out of state.
Okay.
So I think it's very wise.
Yeah, and I've heard the whole, hey, if you want to date my daughter, come meet my parents thing.
It's not the
But it
same
always
thing.
feels like a one-off to be like, hey, for literally like more than a year, every month, we're going to sit down and we're going to just chat.
Yeah.
And kudos to this young man for being willing to do it, or not just approaching it as like, yeah, I'm checking the box. I'll show up, but I'm not really going to engage. But to actually say, and he was talking about like, I mean, it's allowed them to build a relationship. So now they head into marriage. He's not just like the father-in-law figure.
Yeah.
He's a guy to like, yeah, we've been hanging out for a little while.
You
over the last
talk
year.
to him a little bit more and feel more comfortable.
Yeah, and you got a little, like we've gotten past the like, what's your favorite color stage, right?
Yeah,
got into some real talk. So we were driving home from dinner last night, and my wife Tiff was like, "So you going to do this?" I was like, "Well, I think the bar's been raised."
Yeah, no kidding.
But I was like, I think there's something to it.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else has tried anything like that, but it feels like. And again, the guy's got to be willing to do it. But it also, to me, is like, okay, if you want to marry my daughter, you got to have the kind of character and courage to be like, yeah,
let's have the conversation.
I'll sit across the table.
Yeah,
and that can be a two-way street. Like, hey, let's talk about the hard stuff.
Exactly.
And let's be honest with each other into that.
That's amazing.
And because and my wife's even said this. She's like, I know the whole tradition of like if they want to someday ask for my daughter's hand in marriage, like, go ask the dad for permission. She's like, that's going to be a ask the mom and dad.
Yes, agreed. I'm totally with you there, Tiff.
She's like, I got thoughts and I got questions.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
So I was sharing last night, we had dinner with some friends who they're in full-on wedding prep. Their daughter's getting married, so all the things.
Super exciting.
And I thought it was so cool. The father of the bride was telling me about this guy that she's marrying, and they've been dating, I think, like a year and a half. So he and I have been like about once a month getting together, grabbing some breakfast or lunch or whatever it might be. Not just the whole like, yeah, he came and asked me for permission kind of thing, but like I wanted to get to know this guy's heart that's chasing my little girl. And I was like, that's really impressive. I don't know that I've heard about that a whole lot.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, okay, bar raised. Gentlemen, we're going to have some lunch or breakfast or whatever if you're coming after one of my girls.
Hey, if you do breakfast, and you can just keep pouring more coffee.
Just keep heading through.
Until lunch.
Yes. And to be fair, it doesn't have to just be the dad, too. Like we were talking earlier about I mean, your kids are really young, but...
Yeah, it's going to be both.
You're going to be the one holding out the gun.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not just going to be for her. Look.
You coming after my little boy?
Yes. Let's talk.
Let's have some conversations. So it sounds like you had a pretty cool experience.
As a matter of fact, when I met my future wife, about meeting my father-in-law, and I was over there every weekend talking with them.
Wow.
It wasn't just once a month. It was every weekend.
Do you think that's made a difference in your relationship?
We were friends from day one. We were good friends from day one. It was, I mean, I couldn't have asked for better in-laws.
Wow.
Yeah, our big thing was on Saturdays. I'd be over there, and me and my future father-in-law, we just sit there and watch TV, and we watch fishing.
That's awesome.
And we would talk about everything.
That's really cool.
And that was 37 years ago.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's probably where you really do start feeling like a son. Not like just like I'm son-in-law legally, but like they've taken me in.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't just a son-in-law. I was part of the family, even before we were married. I've been truly blessed.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Barry from the band Mercy Me's joining us this morning. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
So Becky, this is her first full week on the morning show. Her first ever interview today.
You're pretty special, Barry.
All right. Let's bring it.
Yeah, no pressure whatsoever. All right. So she has a question for you.
I do. So I understand based on what I was able to find online, which we always know is accurate and true.
So none of this might actually be true, Barry. Just play it.
Is it correct that you joined Mercy Me in 2004?
Nope. 2003. 2003.
Okay. See, glad I asked.
Correction number one.
All righty. Checking me. The first question. Great. And
wait, first of all, you're killing it.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate the encouragement.
And you were a part of White Cross and DC Talk.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So reflecting back, Barry, even before being a part of those bands, would you ever have imagined that you would be where you are today with Mercy Me?
No. I thought that I was going to be a side man the rest of my life, it's a tough road sometimes.
Yeah.
Just because you're going from gig to gig or gig to no gig, for a while, and so yeah.
Ever consider quitting?
Not really. I can't. No, I mean there were times when I was like, "What's going to happen?" But I mean, the only thing I can say is my life has been God ordained, and yeah, I am where I am because of Him, and He wants me here, and so I take it one day at a time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What does looking back on that look like for you? Do you find yourself pausing at certain moments and realize what a crazy ride this has been?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And my wife says it all the time. It's like, you should be writing a book or should have been writing a book, keep, I mean, we'll just things in our marriage. It's like, I'll bring up things and we'll go, oh yeah, remember that? It's like, gosh, so many things have happened over the years and, have been through so much and done so much that you start to forget. And you start to forget where you came from, and But it's been a great ride.
So I'm going to see if I can test that memory, because some of the guys had already come together in the band, right, before you joined in.
Yeah, they 94. Yeah, they joined. Yeah, band got together in 94. Yep.
What was that like? Most people know what it's like to step into a new job and you're kind of the newbie. Like, hey, these people, they've got some history. They had been through the whole I Can Only Imagine thing. What was it like being the new guy?
Honestly, it was incredibly exciting. It really was. The only weird times are when they sit around and talk about the old times, like, and I'm going, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, And I feel really sad right now that I wasn't around.
It is. It's a little tough when you don't have the shared history in the same way.
Yeah. That's been the only weird part is, hey guys, remember when we did this? I'm like, no, I don't remember.
Way to be inclusive.
Wasn't there.
It didn't happen.
I'm there with you in spirit. But that's it.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC. The positive difference.
90.9 KLRC, Mercy Me's new one, Oh Death. It's Mark and Becky. We've been hanging out with Barry from Mercy Me. Okay, so I'm really curious, what was the reaction when Bart shows up and he's, hey guys, let's do a song about death?
Well, honestly, he sent us the little blurb that Walker Hayes did, and we absolutely loved it. Mm-hmm. You know, because of the contrast in the message and the happy music, it was kind of like, wow, this is different, really different. And you know, we've gotten some wacky comments. I think people look at the title and think, oh no, what have you guys done? Until they hear the lyric and really, you know, let the song resonate with them. Yeah, so it can be a little shocking at first, but yeah, I mean, what an incredible thought. It's just death is just the door we walk through to the other side and get to be with our Savior. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Barry from the band Mercy Me has been hanging out with us this morning. Becky's first interview. He's joining us on the Zoom. All right, you got another question?
My other question is, what song, not by Mercy Me, but by any other artist, just speaks to your soul today?
You know, probably Jamie McDonald, Desperate.
Desperate?
Love that song. Yeah. And I think the video, the prison video this really gets me on it. You know, who doesn't go through rough times ever? And, you know, it's different levels of rough times for everybody. Yes, we had 2 weddings this weekend. And the contrast to that is a good friend of mine started hospice with his wife yesterday. And so just the contrast in life, you know, beautiful lives beginning and, you know, another one's coming to the end. She's a believer, but yeah, I mean, you know, and that, I feel that song can mean different things to different people. You know, you can almost write your own story in it, you know, which I think that's what makes a great song anyway. Tom Petty had a career off of it. I mean, that dude wrote about absolutely nothing and everything. So weird. But so yeah, anyway, yeah, that's my song I did.
I'm at the end of myself and I'm
90.9 KLRC. It's Jamie McDonald. Morning. It's Mark and Becky, and Barry from the band Mercy Me has been kind enough to zoom in and hang out this morning.
I have to ask, Barry, is that a quilt hanging behind you?
It is a quilt. Okay, so over the years, how many T-shirts? I can't tell you how many T-shirts we get.
I bet so.
Most of them I wear because they always give you extra large. But we took a whole bunch of T-shirts from back in the day for me, and my wife made a quilt out of it. So I was like, it's sound absorption in my studio, sort of.
And Becky had shared this kind of idea of life sometimes feels like those parts of the quilt that are pretty tattered and worn, and then you've got parts of it that they're pretty shiny. You know, but it's not until you put it all together that it really tells the story.
Yeah. Well, that's a story of my history. Yeah,
I love it.
When you think back to all the years of Mercy Me, I know so many memories. Some of them you were there for, some of them you were not. Of the ones you were there for, I'm not going to ask you what's your favorite. I'm just curious, what's one of the memories that comes to mind first when you think of all the things God's done through you guys over the years?
All right, so I'll share 2. One of the first ones that comes to mind is that we got to play Billy Graham's last, whatever you call it.
Crusade?
Hey, Crusade, yes, I forgot. I went to so many as a kid. And that was it. That was in Central Park. in New York, and that was what an honor to be there for that. That was incredible. And two, so after a show years ago, I don't think it was a sanctioned meet and greet. We were hanging around the doors after we had just played, and a guy came through, and he had his 4 kids with him. And so Bart was standing there. I don't know if I was with him. I think he may have been by himself, or maybe with our road manager, but sorry, I get detailed. But he started talking to the guy, and because so many people, which is awesome, come and tell us their story about it, I can only imagine. And so Bart was already forward thinking in his mind, this guy's going to tell me a story about probably his wife dying or something like that, But the guy said, he goes, I just want you to know that all 4 of my children accepted Christ in your concert tonight. Wow. That was pretty huge. And it's like, so many, and they're not huge things, but emails that we get from our management about people just pulling over on the side of the road who maybe wanted to commit suicide, who just have made an about face. And so, man, I really believe our music affects a lot of people, and we don't hear just an nth of it, but thanks to social media, though, we do hear a lot more than we did. But yeah. So,
on behalf of a lot of us who've been listening and singing along and impacted for a long time, we're really, really thankful.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
We appreciate it. Thanks for making the time to hang out today.
No, you guys are fun. Yeah,
appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Barry.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Also, a few headlines from NWIHomepage.com. Rogers Public School gave a little update after that 2-alarm fire at the district headquarters, the administration building. Thankfully, again, no injuries, and they sent basically everybody to work from home yesterday. They'll be having to work in an auxiliary site. And Superintendent Jeff Perry said the fire appears to have started from an outlet, and thankfully no records were damaged and no operations altered.
Hey, and some encouragement, or maybe like an opportunity here for those who are still having to work from home. There's some pretty awesome coffee shops these days that you can work from that really help.
Speaking from experience a little bit.
I may have done that for a few years.
Maybe so.
Just saying.
All right. It's a good tip. A couple other headlines, too, this morning. Just a couple of days after Arkansas's big convincing win over Arkansas State in Little Rock, the governor is weighing in and says that should be an annual event. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders sent a letter to the Board of Trustees at the U of A and Arkansas State calling for the 2 schools to play each other every year at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. Basically, this is just a way for people in Little Rock to keep a football game in Little Rock. That's all this really is. Let's call it what it is. All right. We talked about this a little bit earlier. A pair of wedding crashers, actually, no, wedding bandits. That's right.
Yes.
Wedding bandits are facing felony charges after police say they took off with about $60,000 worth of gifts. The Glendale Police Department in LA County says the uninvited guests slipped into the Renaissance Banquet Hall, made off with the gift box. Video surveillance from the scene shows a man lingering at the doorway, grabbing the gift box and heading out. There was a getaway car waiting. Of course, police were able to figure it out and track them down. The victims say they stole $60,000 in cash and dozens of checks.
That's nuts.
That were inside the box. $60,000.
It just dawned on me what that means. Like, most people's weddings don't even cost that much.
No, not even close. And they're gifts for $60,000. Wow. Shout out to Tony, who just texted us, too, this morning. He said those wedding bandits, they would have been very disappointed in my and my wife's wedding 26 years ago. Most of the cards we received had everybody's favorite recipes in them.
Today is
Happy birthday!
Let's go! 1, 2, 3, go! H-A-P-P-Y-B-R-T-X-D-A-Y.
Hey, happy birthday.
Someday we're going to put a camera in here so everybody can watch the Becky dance, the birthday dance. It's magical. All right, it's time for the Marketplace Grill Birthday Bash.
Happy birthday to Gracie Wright, who's turning 17 in Gentry. Katie Runnels, turning 11 in Fayetteville. Sawyer DeVault, turning 16 in Prairie Grove. Caleb Teed, turning 11 in Salina. Parker Lee Grace McCree, turning 14 in Siloam Springs. Raylee Moores, turning 10 in Jay. Eden Townsend, turning 3 in Rogers. Camden Butler, turning 3 in Fayetteville. And Kinley Mays, turning 15 in Springdale.
All right. Happy birthday to all of you. And we put the names in the randomizer. One of you gets a gift certificate to celebrate with our friends at the Marketplace Grill. And congrats to Gracie Wright today.
Woo-hoo, feliz cumpleaños, Gracie.
Rhodes and the team.